What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David, your spiritual awakening coach, here to help you through your spiritual awakening. Now, after being on a lot of these discovery calls through Zoom with you guys, I am quickly coming to the realization that a lot of people out there are not in communication with their spirit guides. What? If you are not in communication with your spirit guides, you are missing out on a ton of insight, protection, guidance, downloads, etc. So if you're on your spiritual journey and maybe you're a little confused about all of the things that may be happening in your life, especially if you're going through the dark night of the soul, your spirit guides can give you quite a bit of clarity as far as what's happening, assurance and encouragement to stay on that path to spiritual liberation. So if you're not in active communication with your spirit guides, this video is for you. We're going to jump into what spirit guides are, and we're going to talk about how to communicate with your spirit guides right now. So let's go. All right, guys, so I want to start out by saying that the topic of spirit guides can be as infinite as the topic of spirituality itself. And this is because consciousness is infinite. So that would mean that the number of sentient consciousnesses could also be infinite, meaning you could have an infinite number of spirit guides. So without this going off the rails, I want to be very practical here and give you a practical guide to establishing communication with your immediate spirit guides. This is your team in the unseen. And then once you become more adept at communicating with the other side of the veil, then you can branch out in whichever direction of spirit guide types calls to you strongest. So what are spirit guides? Well, a spirit guide is a sentient consciousness or being on the other side of the veil, non-3D, that is in your vibrational space to assist you. That's all a spirit guide is. Now, why would they assist you, you might ask? Well, one, they love you. If it's your immediate spirit guide, your immediate team in the unseen, that is your soul family. So you were with them before incarnation and have known them probably through countless past lives. What is another way of understanding why they would actually want to help? Well, I like to use the Broadway play analogy in this one. So picture a Broadway play. Everyone is backstage, and when you're backstage, everyone agrees to which role they're going to play. Some people play an actor, so they get on stage, they incarnate, and they play a character. Now, this is also another analogy for understanding the difference between your ego and you. The character that the actor is playing is the ego. The actual actor is the real you. But back to the spirit guide analogy. So when that curtain drops and the show goes on, there are the ones that stay behind the curtain, behind the veil, and assist with the show. So you've got the actual actors on stage, incarnation. You got the ones that are backstage. They might be assisting with wardrobe changes or ushering actors to go this way or that way, or they're holding cameras, or they're holding the lighting, or they're holding up the cards to read, the teleprompter. So they're helping backstage behind the veil. And this is because these are the roles that were agreed upon before the show starts, before incarnation. So now that we've discussed what spirit guides are and why they want to help you, let's talk about who your immediate spirit guide team actually is. So let's start with the spirit guides that are assigned to you. We have to start with the HGA, that's your Holy Guardian Angel. So this is an angel that is assigned specifically to you. Now, this is not to be confused with an archangel. Archangels are in charge of the planet. They're in charge of helping the collective. They're not assigned to one human. You absolutely can call in an archangel to help you. It's just that they're not assigned to you specifically. Now, the next group of spirit guides that are assigned to you is your primary guide, or two. Sometimes you have more than one primary guide, but usually never more than two. And a secondary guide, sometimes two. These are with you from womb to tomb. Now, you also have a spirit animal that is assigned to you. So this spirit animal, also known as your totem spirit animal, represents the real you, the authentic you. This animal does not represent the character that you're playing. This animal represents the actor playing the character. So this is the real you that is not filtered through ego. This is the source consciousness you. And whenever you are not being the real you, sometimes your totem spirit animal can show up in a very conspicuous and profound way to gently nudge or forcefully nudge, whichever is most appropriate at the time, to get you to remember what you actually are. You can also call on your totem spirit animal to invoke you with those characteristics of that particular spirit animal to get you through whatever it is that you're trying to get through in that moment. So what other spirit guides are part of your immediate team in the unseen? Well, aside from the permanent spirit guides, we also have what I like to call the interchangeable spirit guides. So these are spirit guides that are going to show up in a specific phase of your life to kind of get you through that particular phase or chapter. So maybe you just had some crazy tower moment where you went through a really bad breakup or divorce. Maybe there's someone in your soul family that is more adept than your primary guide at getting you through that situation and getting you over to a place of peace and resolve. Or maybe you just got laid off, and instead of going back to that old career that was not filling your heart with joy, you decided to take a leap of faith and start a new business that is heart-led. So there might be someone in your soul family that is more adept at getting you to throw the fear aside, cut the ties from that past that was no longer serving you, and step out in faith toward that new business that does fill your heart with joy. So what other types of spirit guides are part of your immediate spirit team? Well, let's talk about ancestral guides. So an ancestral guide is either someone that you have shared this particular life with, and now they have transitioned back to source and are now helping you, or someone you've spent a past life with and are now helping you from the other side of the veil. So an ancestral guide would be a relative that has passed, like maybe a grandparent, or someone from a previous life, maybe hundreds of years ago, like maybe in the Viking Age or whatever your ancestry happens to be. So this is your immediate spirit team. You've got your assigned spirit guides, you've got your interchangeable spirit guides, and then you've got your ancestral guides. That's your immediate spirit team in the unseen. And then from there, it can branch off in all directions. It can go out into the cosmos. You got your cosmic spirit guides. So this is going to be the Arcturians and the Lumerians and the Syrians and all of them. You also have astral beings that are elementals, so spirit beings of water, earth, air, and fire. You've got a myriad of different pantheons, like the Norse pantheon, the Greek pantheon, the Egyptian pantheon. You can work with whatever consciousness you feel drawn to work with. Well, they also have to want to work with you. If they're not a part of your immediate team in the unseen, the requirement is that they're gonna, have to want to work with you as well. But as long as you approach any entity with respect and honor and friendship, it's always going to turn out okay. And then once that relationship is established, then that entity now becomes a part of your immediate spirit team. So how do we actually communicate with our spirit guides? Well, we get present and centered in the now moment. You guys hear me preaching about the power of the present now moment all the time. So when your mind is not anxious thinking about the future or thinking about the regrets of the past, then you are centered in peace in the present now moment. You guys have also heard me recommend Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, a million times in previous videos. And if you are having trouble being mindful in the present moment, I stand by that recommendation 1000%. But to communicate and receive those downloads with spirit, we need to be in the present moment because spirit communicates very finely and subtly. It's a very fine, subtle manner. We watch a lot of movies and we expect this big Hollywood production of the clouds parting and there's thunder and purple smoke and fireballs. 99% of the time, spirit does not communicate that way. Now, I do say 99% of the time because I'm thinking about my Kundalini awakening. That was very Hollywood. If any of you guys have had a Kundalini awakening out there, you know what I'm talking about. That was very Hollywood. But the other 99% of the time, spirit communicates very subtly, so you have to be present. Why? Because that download, that insight is in the present moment. It's not in the future, and it's not in the past. That insight, guidance, and synchronicity is right where you are in the present. So if your mind is not in the present, you are going to miss the communication with your spirit guides. So how do you get centered in the present moment? Meditation. I know a lot of you guys out there look at meditation as this large barrier of entry to spirituality, but honestly, I don't see how you can really grow spiritually if you're not able to go within and align with and self-identify as source consciousness, which is disidentifying as the ego, which is the definition of a spiritual awakening. So I can't overstate the importance of meditation, but if meditation is not your thing right now, at least stop yourself in your life, get still, take some deep breaths, give some gratitude for where you are in your life, give some gratitude for everything that you have currently in your life right now, and that will center your mind in the present now moment in a state of gratitude, which is a state of allowing and receiving, in a state of mindfulness. So while you're in this state and your mind is still, you want to have the conscious intention to communicate with your spirit guides. Now, just having that intention gets picked up by your spirit guides' conscious awareness. And they're like, ooh, he's ready or she's ready. And they come to the rescue. But now you actually have to invite them into your life. You've got to give them permission to come into your life and help you, because they love you, but they're not going to violate your free will and just start coming into your life and doing a bunch of stuff without your permission. So you want to have the conscious intention of communicating with your guides and then invite them in to help you in your life. So once you've gone through all of these steps to communicate with your spirit guides, don't be surprised. You will start to see the most amazing signs and synchronicities, angel signs pop up into your life in a very unmistakable manner, so that you do get the message. Your meditations will be different. You might feel something, clairsentience. You might hear something, clairaudience. You might intuitively know something, claircognizance. But once those lines of communication are established, you're going to receive amazing downloads and insight. You may not even be in meditation. You can just be going about your day, but you're mindful, you're in the present, and you actually see those synchronicities. Or you can even be in the shower. Water is an incredible conductor of energy, but when you're in the present, you're going to see those signs. Maybe they're angel numbers. Now, I did do an angel numbers video, and I included a chart of what the angel number meanings are, which was very popular. So I will include the angel numbers chart in this video on the screen in a little bit here if you want to pause the video and take a screenshot. But what this will do is establish kind of a common legend of what those repeating numbers actually mean. And now your spirit guides can get very strategic as far as what messages they're sending you, because now they know that you know what those numbers actually mean. So here is the angel numbers chart. Okay guys, so I feel like I left out a ton of information on spirit guides because it is a massive topic, but I do feel like I've given you at least the basics to establish communication with your immediate spirit guides. But I am probably going to make a spirit guide series because it really is that important. The biggest transformations in my life for sure have come from the guidance and protection and encouragement of my spirit guides. And I want you guys to have access to the same benefits that are literally right under your nose that you may not have been aware of. So hopefully this video will make you aware of it and you are able to establish that communication with your spirit guides and just see how that amazing relationship evolves and benefits your life. Now, question of the day. How have spirit guides helped your life? Let us know in the comments below, Light Fam. If you know anyone that needs to communicate with their spirit guides, please share this video with them. If you have a question for me, add me over on Instagram _lightways. Remember to like, share, subscribe. I think I said share, whatever. We're out of here. We'll see you in the next one. Light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.